I think with Jerry, it's really interesting when he says I've exhausted every option, because on 4, he was known for just rebuilding rosters with absolute nobodies. Like, a lot of the people in the scene have come through him and they've started as nothing. And then you look at this and you're like, okay, this is actually Jerry's best roster ever, and he can't make it work. It's like, oh, that's saying quite a lot. But enough of our skepticism aside. Alpha. Okay, Alpha's playing. He used to play for Cloud9 Academy, Sprout. And I think he's been looking for a roster since Sprout, potentially. But okay, we've got our full 5 for PARIVISION. We're going into map 1. This is the lower bracket in the playoffs. This is first round. Whoever loses this is straight eliminated. Whoever wins this starts the very, 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 very long road ahead.
I guess we assume Alpha's calling. Given his
I think
past.
that's a good, yeah.
Yeah, I almost must be in this case. So, yeah, who knows how much practice they have with Alpha. I assume not a great deal. It's a simple Counter-Strike. Surely is the name of the game. And seems to be coming up from Ivy. Kraz now smoking hand. Just about deploys it. Goes wide. Gets one for his job. He gets traded, but check out the rotations. Everybody is here on the CT side.
Yeah, sure, you've gone 1 for 1, but if PARIVISION continued towards this A bomb site, it's going to be a scary blow. There is a rotation from Waro. There's also a bit of aggression from Monte. This aggression is going to go one of 2 ways. It's going to win them the round or lose them the round. Contact being taken, and they are continuing to fight. That's the utility all on Alpha dropped. And then in a flurry, everybody finds their frag. Stiko cleans up the last, and Monte take the first round in the series.
Decisive. So they had 4 there, and they just decided after a while, we haven't seen anything, guys. We need some information, because this is going to be a B-bomb plant soon if we don't know it. And, yeah, catch some players off guard. Looking good. No bomb plant for PARIVISION. And, yeah, not much to complain about. This is also the first post-patch Vertigo that I've casted. So I'm
really?
I'm intrigued to see
Have you, like, seen anything? Like, you say you're cast, like, have you played or have you watched, like, anything of this?
I ran around it. I mean, I have a decent idea in my head of how it's going to play, but we'll see if the teams do that. Yeah, I'm really interested to see how teams execute A at the moment.
Yeah, I think it's going to become really CT-sided. Like, the spawns, if you have the best spawn to either B or peeking gap as a CT side, you get there before people even... So, like, if you got B, you can jump down to, like, the crane box, and you can get there before they even come around the corner. This left corner here, before they even come around that corner, you can get there. And it's the same thing with A as well. If you peek gap and you've got the best spawn, you're there before they even come to, like, bridge. So you get these really advanced spawns, and I think it's going to become really AWP heavy. So when we've got people like Waro and Artfrost in the server, especially Artfrost, they were amazing on Vertigo, Spirit Academy were. So I feel like this is going to really play into their hands as aggressive AWPers. It's very interesting to see, though.
It'll be fun. Yeah. Maybe more inclined for deep takes, because people can't cross to the right side of A main down the bottom. I don't know. I guess we'll see.
I find as well, as a T side, you used to be able to get away with, like, getting a bomb down kind of like at any time, whereas now that's not the case. Like, you have to have utility or you've pretty much cooked.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think teams pretty good at a long time of fighting in front of those A smokes. I mean, a B plant, I guess, is a company cards, which is making up the first onslaught of the stairs. Hey boy, we will learn today. We will learn many things.
I always learn around you, Mr. Hender.
That's good. Hopefully in life as well as the Counter-Strikes.
More in life, actually, I think.
That is, yeah.
I'm like your younger brother.
I wouldn't fully emulate.
Some
go
things.
wrong.
Some
Give me some warning stickers.
But this is interesting. So you were talking about changes to A. Well, look at that. Belchenok walks up the whole of Catwalk, but it's completely caught off guard. Demka's there, and he completely anticipates that, even though he's playing really deep. And alongside that, we've actually had aggression down from ladder. So not only does Woro still claim all of that space, but he's been able to trade out his teammates, and PARIVISION, well, they have to go A now.
And how do you go A now with barely any nades? This is the nightmare. This smoke towards connector, towards the lifts, is not going to last forever. The default smoke, as you can see, doesn't cover the entire site. That's a good kill. Some space now to be gained. Patty pushes through the smoke. Okay, that's one way to make it work. Smokes be damned. PARIVISION want this site.
Wow, okay, well, that's one way to do it, just brunt force. And also, they know about Woro in the back lines. They plant for CT and then give him perfect coverage. That is a really nice round from PARIVISION, where they're in a 3 versus 4 deficit. They put down the utility, and I think the key part there is that they don't rush. They don't go onto the bomb site. They don't run in. They wait, and they just take the jewels. Alpha, who's calling, who's kind of known for me, still in my head as this like young prodigy that I've yet to see really be tested. Him and Patsy, just in conjunction, it's a very aggressive team. We know how Patsy can get aggressive, and he does it right there. He just pushes a smoke, they isolate the jewels, and completely catch Monte off guard.
Hopefully that sets the tone. HT's exchanged, but no love lost. Patsy, though, peppered. And I think you might be unwise, brother, to get too aggressive from here. Let your teammates do the work. Patsy is gone, but now that site is scaled. Kraz now, clearly known to his opponents. What does he do? He pushes down yellow. He's just trying to find a new space to play the kills kicker. How is this man still alive? How haven't they found him yet?
I ask myself that question a lot every time I watch Crash now. I'm always just like, how does he get away with these things? And now we got Alpha left in a 1 versus 4, and he actually gets some pretty good damage, but it's all in vain. And Monte, a very nice rebuttal.
I'll take that. Yeah, I guess obviously post change as well. Staying in Ivy is a lot, because you used to just get swung from the site and you couldn't move. But now, because you can have so many teammates rotating in and covering your backside, it's a little bit easier to play around. Of course, Krasnow here got uber aggressive, but he could have held station as well. And had some room to play with. These spawns are a lot earlier. First kill goes the way of Woro. Does get traded, and that's an AWP. So let's pay attention.
Yeah, that's actually making things a little bit dangerous. And not only have they acquired a frag with an AWP, Belchnok, I don't really know him as an AWPer, but you know what? It's working. There's also another kill with the Deagle. Patsy's upgrade to an AK. They've got an A1S now in the mixture. Stiko and Haji, the 2 new players to this roster, they're just sitting there. They're like, dudes, what's going on? What's went wrong? How's this all gone awry? And it's still alive. But this can be very difficult. And Alan, this is what I mean about you can't just plant the bomb. Like, you're so open to so many different positions. And Stiko now, a 1 versus 2. They know where he is, and he knows where they are. Kika overextends into his crosshairs. And now Stiko repositioning, wrapping back around towards heaven. Belchnok has got armor, but has lost a lot of HP and might just be walking into Stiko. He is, and even though he anticipates, that's a really well played 2 versus 4 and ultimately 1 versus 2 from Stiko.
Monte got away with that. 3v5 from the rip. Or it's a 3v4 that got a lot more dangerous. But even so, that was a scary round. And they get saved in the end. I was almost wondering if they were going to take a pause themselves to have a discussion, because this was not a heavy buy from PARIVISION. They invested barely anything and got way more than they should have as they sailed the site. Okay, well, PARIVISION shouldn't panic because they've done so much damage in that round. Look at the money for Monte. Lose this round without saved guns, they're on a double eco, so focus up, Alpha and company.
Yeah, I mean, like, even the rounds that sort of what they've traded rounds, and then the rounds they've won, it's been just a lot close. And like, yeah, to emulate your point, like Kika didn't even have armor, for instance. Like, it was just Deagle's armor or people with just not even armor. There's also a ramp smoke that's been missed by Monte in this round, and even though they've missed it, they're still going to go for the aggression, and that's allowed Artfrost to get the opener. Regardless, though, Haji swings through, and again, don't know how he's alive, but he's got one and been able to retreat. That's very impressive to even up the scoreline. But look at this from Kika. The amount of aggression on this PARIVISION side. Alan, we're going to be seeing a lot of this stuff.
Just react so fast. And they need to play like this. They don't have a solid lineup at the moment, so playing calm, cautious Counter-Strike. Unlikely to yield all the rewards they would want. What have we got then? Retake required. 2 smokes for Monte, all coming from either the ledge or from CT. Need to use these smokes proper. No flashbangs. And of course, Artfrost to get past. He hits the first. Good kill over the smoke from Stiko, but still they can't get onto this bomb site. Time starting to dwindle. Are they really going to go for this? They seem half in, half out, and there you go. Save is called. That didn't look right. That didn't look like they were all on the same page.
I completely agree with you. That was very weird, where we kind of saw Waro and Stiko retreating, but then we have Haji still jumping in, and that was a round where, look, Alan, we know the B-bomb site. That hasn't changed, but they have this really half-fast retake, and I want to see if there's a replay for Artfrost's kill, because I'm pretty sure he just gets that either through the smoke or over the smoke. Yeah, I think he got it over the smoke on Heaven, so as soon as that kill comes in for Artfrost, I think it should be a save, and even before that, I think you should be saving, especially considering the conversation we were just having about economy, but it's the reaction for PARIVISION in that round that went it out. The fast plays from 1 of 5 people taking space, where contact is taken on a different part of the map, they then go somewhere else.
Click out mid. Very aggressive. Patsy in first. Mac 10 in hand. Demka wants a fight and he gets it. Headshots galore. Man advantage now for that CT side. Bomb spotted in mid as well, so they can readjust. That man is a hero in this round. He's giving his team an excellent chance.
Oh, they don't go for it. I was going to say that would probably catch off Stiko if they did boost up, but they choose not to, and that's actually comms and sound that's been gifted to Monte. You can see that there's more of a lenience towards this B-bomb site. Stiko's yet to be identified, still yet to be identified. It's actually Haji that takes that first contact. And now for PARIVISION, at the beginning of the rounds, they lose those 2 openers. Demka going 2 for 1. I think is just more than fine, and you can see how this round trails off. There is still a world though. Alpha has the bomb, and he's very exposed to middle. This is the one change we're going to be seeing, but there's a gap. He's going to be taking that gap. Bomb can be planted, but he gets spotted, taking too long there. Now, he's going to speed up. Bomb going down, Alan, for me, is already an achievement.
And they get more. Stiko, he's on an Uber flank. He just needs his teammates to apply some pressure, hold the attention. These remaining T players will come in from Heaven. Here we go. Swinging wide. Out on the catwalk. Alpha. Surely going to hear this soon. Kraz now first up, but that flank is ever looming. Artfrost never stood a chance. Alpha is not in a good position now. And that was a great retake. Kid as well. Now you've got it.
Yeah, I was looking at that, and I was like, okay, there is a world where if potentially Stiko gets caught off guard, that 2 versus 3 could be won. But no, I think the operative thing is that Stiko gets his 1 kill, and very nicely played from Monte. Overall, just a very nice round. They maybe could have tried a little bit more to deny the bomb, but they still had their forces more towards that B bomb site. And overall, yeah, it's just this really good start from Demka, and it was obviously a set play towards middle. They were trying to do something a little bit fast, but as soon as Demka gets those 2 kills, it completely stints the momentum, and it forces PARIVISION to have to reevaluate, and they just don't reevaluate well enough.
I'm not sure there's a lot they could have done.
I don't either.
To be fair. As I said, they did actually get the bomb down, which 2v4 is not always the easiest. Hopefully nobody's dropped out. Kicker and Hadji here yet to fully buy. Bit of a pause. Hopefully we're not here long. But certainly for Monte, opponent's map pick. The standing their ground. Good communication. I mean, barring the one a bit wacky retake, the other rounders look pretty good. I'm enjoying what I've seen so far.
It's a very fun game. I feel like when we've got these two teams, it's two very aggressive space-taking teams, and that just makes for a really fun game, doesn't it? We haven't seen any of these slow burnout rounds. It's just been like, bam, someone takes space here, bam, someone takes space there. On not only the T side, but also the CT side. And I think for PARIVISION, that's just going to be how they play these officials with Alpha. Just very loose, dynamic, and I don't even know if this is a PARIVISION roster that's going to stay together. It is just still crazy to me that these names on the server are struggling at a top 80 level of Counter-Strike, but welcome to CS, I guess.
See you, baby. It's a slippery slope as soon as you start losing some games.
You win a major one day, and you're losing in first round playoffs and CCT the next.
Yeah, it's also because they're not an established org, they don't get so many invites by virtue of just being a recognized team, so they are playing it on hard mode.
Is PARIVISION not an org?
No, I mean, is in terms of like even like an endpoint.
Oh, like a Vitality.
Getting invites because they played for so long.
Gotcha.
PARIVISION being a new unit has to struggle through it and kind of earn their status.
That's one way to do it, though. Alpha just getting a double. We've seen that sort of re-aggression from Monte on the pistol round. I think it's a very similar example of they kind of lose the information. So they try to go for this contact play, and it doesn't work out whatsoever. We see one miss smoke there in connector. I don't know what to call this part of it, like the second connector. Stiko gets some good damage spammed through the smoke, but ultimately he gets spammed right back. And Waro, I would like to see a save here, but he's actually going for it. And now they've almost switched positions. He's over on sandbags, and Alec, he's actually getting quite a few kills. It's now down to a 1 versus 2. He knows where Alpha is, but has no idea where Patsy is, and Alpha's not giving him an inch. He knows that Waro will take that mile if offered up to him, and at the worst possible timing for the AWPer, Alpha swings forward. That's a superb hat trick from the newcomer.
He's played well.
He's done very well.
I mean, he might also be in new positions and everything at the moment. Bit of a funky one here. You can see Monte, they're playing retake on the side, then decided to clear out, but so it was a bit of a coin toss. It's just an aim duel down ramp. Headshot angles to boot. Decent try from Waro, but these remaining players didn't need to peek. The earnest was on him. And that surely has not done good things to the Monte economy. No, it has not. They're on pistols.
I'm honestly surprised it's taken this long to see a Monte eco because of how fragile their economy has been. They've done very well at saving at those important moments, but this early lead that they may have established is now going to start dwindling. And what is also impressive is that Waro is going to have an AWP in the next round. I was going to make the point that, oh, Waro won't have the AWP in the next round, but he actually will. And also, will they even buy in the next round? Like 1900 loss bonus? Stiko, Krasnow, they're going to have, what, 3300? Sure, they just go for another low buy.
They would have forced here, I think, if they were going to double eco. They were content earlier just to buy with MP9, so I think it'll be that again. But yes, if they can save an AK here,
I think 2.
That is worth its weight in gold. So get hunting, chaps. Let's see who we can find. Patsy's on an island, if they were to come in. Okay, there's a spot. Found the troops. Come on. Let's go for this guy.
Get on. Send them. Send in the warriors. Wow, they're not going as aggressively as I would have thought. I think if I'm in the server and I see one player bottom ramp and the bomb plan on B, I'm like, lads, let's go kill this guy bottom ramp. But instead, they're still going to contain themselves as this 5-man contingent and just seeing if they're going to get someone overextending in CT. And the worst thing would be like, Kika dies and they're like, we got a rifle. Oh, it's a Galil.
Okay, over we go. And that has not gone well. Right.
No.
Well, good clean up for PARIVISION. Their money is starting to blossom a little bit. They can brunt a loss now. And let's see the results of Monte's dwindling economy. At least one MP9 will be out in force. I get the hunch. This is based on no actual information, but I would have thought Alpha's a real prospect for this team. I don't see who else you get. Unless you kick it in-game leader, I don't see who else you get.
So, I have a weird love-hate relationship with Alpha. Not on... This is like... there's not really anything, but I saw him at kind of like Boston Crabs Sprout, and I think he was stepping in for like a European team kind of in between that, and it was never official. And he's been this guy that I've heard a lot about. Yeah, he played with like Blue Jays or whatever. It was a weird time. But I've heard a lot about this guy, and I've heard a lot of people say very positive things for him. But in the last 2 years, I just haven't seen really anything. Like, he had a pretty decent stint on Sprout, but we all know how hard it is to actually succeed on a roster like that, where you're constantly chopping and changing. He still made top 6 at Challenger, ESL Challenger in Season 45, and like, you know, some good grand final appearance in CCT. But then going almost like a step back to Spirit Academy, and then he gets an opportunity to stand in for Cloud9, so I'd expect him to get some pretty like nice prospects and offers coming through, but I just want to see more from him, and I always have been asking that for the last like 2 years. But for now, Monte, they withstand this B execute for now, and it's PARIVISION looking to see what they can do in this 4 vs 4 and not having taken the space they would have maybe wanted to.
Brakes pump for now, but with Alpha aggressive, surely going to go. There's the flashbang. Actually gets 1 for his work. Is traded. But taking their time here are Monte, and that... Sorry, PARIVISION. That will allow time for Monte. Potentially to reposition. They've got good nades as well. Krasnal can get on to the site. A bomb plant could be tricky. But yeah. Cutting of noise. Let this site open. Monte are in the wrong place.
But they're also not like completely in the wrong place. Like that, yeah, they're not in the right place, but they still at least have... I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, they're not all on A. They kind of
they're playing together so they can retake together, I guess.
Yeah, they at least have, like, what is that? A Molo and a nade on Krasnal, so that will deny a bomb pump. And especially considering how low the clock is getting, this will be very useful. As I say that, the nade misses, the Molotov doesn't really do anything, and Krasnal actually dies. Ooh, spam. Right idea from Demka. But ultimately, the bomb will go down, and it's a man advantage for PARIVISION. Waro peeking around the right side. He's not going to find anything. And they're actually going for this. This is a bit of a surprise. They've got no kits. Are they going to fully commit, or are they just testing to see if they can get a frag? And, well, that frag is going to come through. Artfrost missing his shot. It's going to support all of it. I thought it was going to fall off for a second there. And as I said, no kits. They have to go for these kills. They know where Kikit is. And look, they're running into each other. This seems like a bit of a mess. They get all the kills, but there's no kit.
Well, if the example we saw earlier looked hectic, they could have won that round if somebody just starts sticking it. Bizarre. Yeah, and it's also the 2 players that shouldn't have massive communication problems with this team as well. Interesting. I'm not sure. I guess not on the same page. Big part of stuff like this is also dead talk, what the pros would call it, where it's on the players that are dead to call out what to do. Like the ones who are alive, there's so much going on. You know, you're navigating nades and shrapnel and lead flying over your head, trying to move around and work yourself mechanically. It's the dead players who can say, guys, somebody needs to stick this damn bomb. Get on with it.
And also to be like, no one's got a kit. I think,
yes.
And on top of talking about dead players, like they've got a very experienced coach in LMBT. I think you kind of spell it out as it is. He's a really experienced coach, and he's been coaching this Monte side since like the inauguration of it, pretty much. So I would definitely assume, especially when Warren and Demka are alive, like they're all the same nationality, there'd be some vocality from him. But bold. I respect the play from Ro. He has the AWP, and he goes for the aggressive player that I was mentioning way back when that you can do as a B, if you got the B spawn. But with that state AWP, and maybe with the thinking that PARIVISION haven't been putting too much contact on B early, it just does not succeed.
No. And they've lost the gun as well.
Yeah, not getting that back.
No. Bit of a shame. A stack of sight, Monte. I mean, they're buying next whatever happens. So, give yourself the best chance. They've decided to take that risk. They've seen a bit of pressure on B. Obviously, the early kill. Kicker is throwing a few pieces of util, and that's going to be enough to hold all these players. I respect the decision from Monte, but they haven't got it right here. This site will be taken. And this will be a rough retake if they even feel like it.
Seems to be a somewhat common theme. Monte just haven't got it right. Oh, it's not a miss smoke. It's a smoke that lands on the top and comes down. Oh, I said that was a miss smoke earlier, one of them. But no, it's actually one smoke that covers. That's cool. But a quick rotation, kind of the theme of Vertigo, right? Where you can throw in these really fast rotations where as soon as you hear contact towards A. But the bomb's going to go down. Oh, never mind. Haji gets the frag over the smoke. Demka also gets one more with the M4. There's no bullets on Patsy on short, so he gets run down. This is all falling apart. They have mitigated it and mediated the danger into a 2 versus 2, but it's Kika with no chance whatsoever. Times tick too far low. Krasnow's got his knife out. He's going to get glocked, but Stiko wins out the round by just surviving, and he saves an AWP.
What just happened? What's happening?
God knows.
What's happening? I love how Krasnow is KZing to try and stay alive as long as possible, and he actually survived so long. Wow, that was quite something. That's a lifeline for Monte. They hadn't had good gun rounds for a while. That was just a half buy, but they lost the first man. PARIVISION just so nervous on the bomb plant. I'm surprised the teams are smoking the Ivy side, the front of connector. I think you should smoke deep. I think you should smoke deep.
Take connector.
Yes. That would be the move. Krasnow making short work of this round. Hopefully off to a better start. But yeah, as I was saying, that's what I think. When I first saw it, I was like, this was going to happen. Teams are going to deep smoke it and then molly the old connector area between
Heaven entrance.
You molly the gap between site and connector.
Okay.
So you can't play behind it. But yeah, because you can't plant at the moment, can you? You're just so scared. No. You can't move. And
that's
you can only
what
situation can have 3 smokes to left and right default and the front of connector? It just doesn't really make sense. And then you also have
catwalk. There's also catwalk to be scared of.
Yes, there's just way too much to cover. You need to do 1 deep smoke and then mollies for the rest or something.
Yeah, and then also, like, I think Haji got that kill over Heaven, maybe? I'm honestly not too sure where Haji got the kill from to deny the bomb with a 5-7. But yeah, no, Alan, I think you're on... You know what? You should coach. Have you tried that before?
Not mad. But no, I think, yeah, a deep smoke on the connector side and then a trickle-down smoke into Heaven that lands on the ledge. Stop someone going up on top. I bet that's the move.
Yeah. Well, we have kind of spoken over this round a little bit, but it started off amazingly, and it has ended off amazingly. Artfrost will get some few frags. He actually cancels out the lurk. I think Haji was behind and still died, but overall, that's a great half from Monte to get back into it, and let's see if they can continue after the break.
Second half, here we go. Monte slim lead. Is their opponent's map pick? Not the cleanest of Counter-Strike in the first half, but what do you expect? PARIVISION Alpha in last minute. He's played a good game individually, but do PARIVISION have the team play, the chemistry, the depth to actually take it to Monte on one of these maps?
I feel like that could have been a half where either side ran away from it, but it's still pretty close. PARIVISION now on the CT side. And with this aggressive play from Patsy and Outfrost down A, I'm surprised we haven't seen more of a rotation over, but now as soon as that smoke comes through, you can see how quick they're going. There are players in middle though, Hadji and Stiko. They're looking to catch off these rotations, but in the meantime, it's Belchnok taking the first contact towards Ramp, and Kikut then swings in. The dual Berettas, they're going crazy. Warrow's trying his best to defend, and he actually will. He gets both of them, and in the smoke, Alpha does so long survive, but it doesn't seem like it is enough. Now it's a 2 versus 2, and even though PARIVISION had a great beginning, Monte, they burst through. Outfrost on the lurk, 5 HP. Are they going to anticipate him so close behind? Warrow says yes, and this is a massive round from him.
Formidable. Formidable. Hadji gets it done. That was precarious the whole way through. A couple head poppers from Warrow, of course, makes it a lot easier, and he's had a fantastic map so far. In-game leader now, of course. He's played brilliantly, and unfortunately for PARIVISION, that has cast a lot of doubt into this series for them. They needed a good start to this half, and now they're just going to play from a deficit.
Yeah, this is far from ideal. It's just also, like, they got the opening kills, but it's like Belchnok and Kikut. They just can't deal with Warrow. And I think a big part of it was when Belchnok dies, Kikut can't even get the retrade on a reloading Warrow because the mid play was coming in. So that's how important it was of Hadji and Stiko coming through middle. Them not only succeeding, but taking the attention kind of away from the actual site defenders. So really well played from them. But obviously Warrow just getting 3 kills. So he's kind of the MVP of this round ultimately. And yeah, first gun round, I think if PARIVISION lose that, it's pretty much game over. And what this is PARIVISION's map pick, right?
Yeah, it is. Yep,
yeah. PARIVISION, great veto with removing Dust 2, but if you lose your map pick, then it just keeps on getting worse.
Right. Well, they will have guns, but they haven't got many rounds. That is the problem. That is the tenets of Counter-Strike, unfortunately. So, what do you do with PARIVISION? I presume they've got some nice ideas, given their map picking. I would love to see some funky stuff on this CT side, because, as you've said, there is potential now, isn't there? There's potential for new options. I'm not sure we saw much of it, that sort of thing from Monte on the defense, but your map pick PARIVISION, give me some spice.
Let's go for it. I think for PARIVISION, at the beginning of their T side, we were seeing like Kikut lurk up and just walk up B. It's like, where did that go? Where did that go on the T side? That all just kind of faded away. So let's get a little bit of aggression. That's exactly what's happening. They forced Demka off ramp. He's completely had to evacuate. And it's actually Monte redirecting towards B, but because of how aggressive PARIVISION got on A originally and saw nothing, they have a great read that it's towards B, and they are correct completely.
There we go. Starting to scale. Problem is, 2 men on the side. Belchnok takes contact. And it's on to Kikut. Mid-frag as well from Alpha in this round. Surely is stalled out. Still finding Jules, but he's pulled away PARIVISION now. 4 alive. That's what the doctor ordered.
Well, you said a bit of spice and a bit of flair. They didn't necessarily throw any spice or flair into that round. They just have a great read. And you mentioned Alpha in middle. The fact that he's able to get 2. Monte actually run pretty much the same round as their pistol, right? Where they have Stiko and this time Demka, not Hadji, but they have 2 players coming out middle. And Alpha just deals with both of them. On top of that, there's just a great sight hold. And it's a great read from PARIVISION. Great start now into this second half. Is this continuous? DemQ, he's completely changed up the pace though. Look how aggressive he's getting, and look, it's going to pay dividends.
barrel on behind it or pump the brakes? Let's see. For now, being clinical, starting to clear. Scared about making noise either. 2 smokes left. And the bomb is here, so they can go. But there's so many players on this CT side. That's a big kill. Kraz now decapitates. Beltronic up next. Actually, Alpha defines the kill. But every number you can whittle down here with the T side makes this so much easier. It's awkward though, isn't it, with these smokes? They're going to be scared to plant default. This is a CT smoke to the right side of it. Beltronic's coming through. Can't find the connection. Stiko, though, in front of that Ivy smoke, doesn't last long. This is chaos. Nobody can see for the smokes. Hadji finds another. He's trapped in this corner. Traded in the end. Maybe some calm now as we get into the 2-on-2.
Yeah, now we know what's going on. Warrior's been spotted towards sandbags. Because of how far this catwalk goes out, you get so much more visibility. Smoke on the bomb. They know about... Yeah, they know about Demka. They don't know about Warrior. It's a 10-second defuse, and the spam comes in from Gap. That should be round over. And very good rebuttal from Monte. Right on the trigger. Alpha will get both frags, but he's going to die with the ship. Goes down with it. PARIVISION, they're sinking. And it seems like no hole can be plugged.
Everyone's dead?
It's chaos that ends in chaos.
I know. Well, this round has never slowed down. Just everyone just kept pushing. It's true though, isn't it? I mean, with these changes, you go from 2 avenues to the site to 4, and then it's just like it's just endless. You just have to cover off as many positions. I mean, as I say, I have some ideas with the util to make it easier, but if they're just going to keep using these closer smokes, it's a bit of a mess, isn't it?
PARIVISION are probably looking for a coach.
I speak fluent Russian.
I knew, of course you did. One of your many tricks up your sleeve. But something interesting about, I don't know if you spotted when like Krasnal and I think it was Hadji that were both in like that advanced gap position. Look how uncomfortable they were. They just had no idea what to do. They're like, where do I fight? When you're pushed up gap and it's not this right for Artfrost, but the next right. And they were there like, what do I do? Where do I go? Where do I aim? And it's just so uncomfortable for everybody. But look how aggressive they are and look how quickly they get to gap. But the issue is they get mowed down. They get decapitated. 2 kills quickly. A left, right, good night. And this could be the beginning of a very resounding end for PARIVISION.
It's just violence at this point. Yeah. Look like Hadji was going to get called out there. I call it Stewie, that corner from the endpoint days. Crossing there is now really dangerous because of the spawns, isn't it? Typically, top spawn would go that side to throw util, but they might have changed that for their hits. Even so, they get away with it this time. And given this was a force buy for PARIVISION, we are not far from hitting map 2, are we? This doesn't look good.
This is, I think, on paper, what we anticipated. With a PARIVISION that you don't really know what's going on with them. They're subbing in or maybe permanently playing with Alpha. It's on paper just a big downgrade from Jerry. Maybe it does work better with the roster. But even though they were able to come back a little bit into that first half, Monte, with this new roster changes, bringing in Stiko and Hadji, you expect them to be a team that is making Pro League. And I think when you put them up against everybody else in this tournament, that's what you'd anticipate. And it seems like that's exactly how it's going to go. 12 rounds should be a definitive, but Belchinot, he might have something to say about it. Oh, never mind. That second Deagle frag would have been pretty delicious, but not to be.
I'll take what I can get. That first one was juicy, but yeah.
That was nice. Goes for a little bit too much.
Just teased me. I wanted more.
Oh,
it's always like that.
You love being teased.
Yes, sir. Right. Stack A. What else can you do? Bit of a boost here. But they know that's happening. That hasn't gone well. Right. It's hard to get excited about PARIVISION at the moment, isn't it? We need an outplay. We need a moment of individual brilliance. Kick it as a flash, which they're juggling around at the moment. Somebody please throw the damn thing. And let's get aggressive.
I guess here it comes. Bomb being tapped. Yep, flash comes through. Krasnov gets off the bomb and he goes, guys, ecos? Yep, ecos. Let me get him. Only one. And Patsy, 11 HP. The round ending exactly how we'd anticipate. 12-6 now for Monte. From start to finish, it's been pretty one-sided. And the fact that it's PARIVISION's map pick also just adds an even larger asterisk over this game.
It's hard to see a route back from here, isn't it? I mean, even the buy in this following surely isn't going to be ideal. I guess they got enough loss bonus that most of the bells and whistles. They don't actually have a kit.
Ooh.
Hopefully that doesn't spell their demise. That would be a ruinous way to go out on that alone.
You've foreshadowed it now, haven't you? Yeah, it's gonna be a kit that they need to get the defuse. It's gonna be a 1 versus 1. Art Frost will win it with a no scope, and then bam, no kit, no time.
Now, Monte made some mistakes in that first half. They had a few weird retakes, a few weird lapses of communication. But since then, they've just mauled. It's been dominant. This hasn't been a match since that point in the first half. Waro is decimating. Stiko, the quote-unquote support player, is 17-9. Don't even need Krasnov Hadji at the moment.
But, like, I honestly feel like Waro's never took his foot off the gas. Like, he's just always been playing well this game. And he is definitely that player anticipating. Well, you mentioned Hadji. He just gets a double opener. That's fantastic. That's round over. That's game over. That's Monte now going on to their map pick of a Mirage with just so much wind in their sails. Waro, you can see how much conviction is flowing through his veins. Belchnok, they know where he is. There's 3 players in front of him, and he's even being wrapped around. He does anticipate Demka, and he will actually get this frag. Big awareness. Nope, never mind. I'm wrong. It doesn't come down to a defuse. It doesn't come down to a lack of kit, but it is Monte 13-6. That is a great start in the playoffs here for ESL Challenger Season 47 in Europe. They're in the lower bracket, so it's a really long run for them. But that's exactly how you want to be playing if you do want to be making it to ESL. I think this is a 2-0.
Feels likely. I think the way to look at Monte is, and be careful, guys. Don't be super critical yet of this team if Alpha does stay on, but at least over the course of their lineup over the last, whatever it's been, 5-6 months, they are kind of less than the sum of their parts. That's the scary thing about this team. Got so many good pieces, but at what point does the project not make sense? And yeah, I guess if they go out here first round of playoffs, that's not going to help, and it's, you know, causing the opposite. It's not going to help to keep the team on track, is it? They really need a result.
There's definitely the conversation to be had that this isn't the litmus test that we might have had previously. As we know, there are the changes and stuff like that, but it's also one of those cases where if they were able to make a deep run here, it's like, look, we can actually do it. But they've never had those deep runs to have that case of we can actually make this work. And there just must be some issues with roles or individuals or emotions or something. Like, it must be something inside the server that isn't individualism. Because we know they can all shoot back very hard. We all know they can play Counter-Strike very well. It doesn't seem to show it. Though, on the pistol round, they're starting on the CT side. And Patsy and Alpha, they take great space middle. Stiko spots this out and says to his teammates, go fast towards B. But Stiko is now dead, so funneled completely towards this B bomb site. First shots, nobody's hitting anything. But Kika on the back of the bomb site, not found out. He doubles down. And Monte, they're still actually in this one and are going to be going towards A.
I'm not sure this is going to work. PARIVISION already. Brakes are pumped though, and they force the rotations. I love it. Going back in tow now. Patsy is on an island. No teammates in the same postcode. He's going to tuck in by default. They need to run this man down. They need to run him down, but they can't. Demku finds the kill in the end, but I think Patsy's bought enough time. 18 HP. Gets the first. This would be unbelievable. Not possible, though. Pistol round goes the way of PARIVISION.
I'm surprised they go for the plant there straight away because they know that Patsy's on the bomb site. They get the information as he shoots at them. I think it's like a wall bang dink. But it's Kiko on the back of this bomb site that does the majority of the heavy lifting. Like the rest of his teammates actually do struggle quite a bit, and that they're really glad that he gets overlooked. And for a second, Alan, I did believe, but with only 2 HP left, and he had no idea where the final member was. No bomb down means it's going to be an eco, but there is a hero AK. Demka gets 3 kills, and they're like, well done, now drop an AK.
Let's see if we can get it done. He's a punchy player, of course. Didn't need to do that much on map 1, frankly. So he's hardly playing badly. But Haji's here to be a force. Alpha gets ahead of himself and learns the hard way there might be an AK on the server. You can't afford to lose this if you're PARIVISION. You need to win rounds like these. You can't drop the ball in this matchup.
This would just be one of those rounds that is the nail in the coffin. They've redirected the AK correctly, but walked into 2 players. Patsy and Belchnok. Nice little cohesion play there. And okay, if there was ever a scare in this round, I think it's been diminished now. Good middle take and middle aggression. It's been a theme so far for PARIVISION on their pistol round and also on this second round buy. Patsy, we love his aggression. That's what he's known for. But gotta hit the shots if you're gonna go for it as well. Here we go again. How is he not gonna kill?
I've never seen a whole round of Mirage played out on this one angle. Why not? Well, they've survived. That could have gone really badly after they lost the first player, but...
For sure.
Well stabilized by the looks of it. I think Warrior will do very well to get anything more out of this round. He's found a timing. We've got no idea. Straight through. There's a world if he plants default, he even gets this bomb down. No way. No way. A kill and a bomb plant.
And one
Anything
more?
more from here should be impossible. Another kill. Wow, that is not to be snuffed at. They're going to buy in the following, and now PARIVISION will not have any cash in reserve.
So, Waro gets what? He gets $1,200 extra because of the MP9 kill. And then, is it 350 you get for planting the bomb? Or 250?
Yeah, and then it's, what is it now?
600.
600.
So
He's got a lot of money.
Waro can buy an AWP. Head armor, I'm not sure. Actually, yeah, no, he can buy AWP and head armor, and maybe even a flashbang. So those last few kills have set Monte up to be quite dangerous now in this next round. And also, because Demka has dropped over that AK, he actually has now some sustenance to his purchase. He'd have, what, 3 grand going into this round, so that's at least a Galil over what he would have had as a Mac 10. And yeah, Warwick, AWP out, and a lot better buy than what we would have seen if they didn't get that bomb down.
Important kill. Takes a leg for his trouble. Alive for now. There's no HE grenade to finish the job here. Alpha does get out. Just about. They'll take that. So man advantage. And a lot of utilage expended by the T side for no gain because they never made it out mid. They haven't got many options. Got to just ride with the guns. Maybe let Warro go in first. Because they don't have the util to take space efficiently anymore.
So far in this game, we've seen 3 rounds in a row where PARIVISION have implemented a lot of early control in top mid. And what's crazy in this round is that they lose top mid and then reclaim it. If Monte had got a kill on Alpha with all the utility they'd used, I'd say it's worth it. But now you've still got a 4 versus 5. And Monte, they've made their presence known. It's very obvious they're going towards the A-bomb site. There's a really early flank on Alpha. He's got an AWP, and he's... Oh, no, so not Alpha. On Belchnock, rather. He pushed top mid, so he's already deep ramp. Speaking of Alpha, though, is the AWP I was mentioning. He's wielding that. He gets 1 kill in CT. Warrior's like, what? There's someone behind me? And now Haji in a 1 versus 3. We say he does pack a punch, but the punch will be packed by Belchnock.
Fordham round. Fordham round, big openers as well. Actually keeping Alpha alive. That's important. No bomb plant either for Monte, so... Can't even think about a heavy investment here. This is a good start. This is more like you get your feet under yourselves, PARIVISION. We do need a clean anti-eco, because the money is still on a bit of a ledge, a bit precarious. But all in all, a better start, of course, than Vertigo. And they should be breathing with confidence at the rate they're going here.
It's ironic they do better against the full gun round than they do against the Hero AK Glock round. And it would be a real true game at Counter-Strike if this is the round that also gets close as well. So, you know, do well against the rifles, do poorly against the low buy. A lot of we see a lot of purchases being brought out that do surprise me. Like Krasnal going for that Hero Galil. Doesn't quite have the same ring to it as the Hero AK, but it's Demka that gets the opening kill on A. Artfrost, yet to get a frag so far in this game, and the AWP hasn't been retrieved. But look at this once more. Belchenok not only has got all the information that they're running towards the A bomb site, but has placed himself deep in enemy lines. The espionage is going to be successful once again, and because of the information he gained from them running, he's allowed his teammates to all rotate over towards A. But Haji's aware of it. This is the bomb, so if he dies here, it's a real pickle for Monte. They will get the trade, and also now have the information that it's, you know, the game's up. PARIVISION know where they are. Will they still commit towards this A bomb site?
Yes, they will. Smoke for a top connector. Still, how do you deal with stairs? Molly onto Palace. Those players have to swing. This is going to be rough. It's going to be so difficult without the frags. Tico gets one. Warriors tagged down. But now surely it's too difficult. Bombs out in the open. How do you get out of Palace, let alone scoop this bomb and plant with 10 seconds remaining? So it's dicey yet again. But PARIVISION get away with it. How many more times, though, can we say that? Eventually, they'll lose one of these rounds to get their money broken. They are not in the clear.
It is just the ironic part that the most troubles are coming up against these Deagles and Hero purchase rounds, where Monte had a man advantage continuously for that whole round, but it is just the fact that Belchenok gets that really early flank once again. He's done that twice now, so you have to start understanding that he will be pushing. And Monte, they can play the extremities. That's completely fine. But you got to make sure that PARIVISION aren't allowed all this control in the middle that they've been garnering. It's a real issue how much control they have been getting.
Let's see. Couple good spawns for mid. They want to go aggressive, can Monte. They could just drop the pace, save util, not burn it early, and play a slower round. So, let's see. Fast window smoke. Connector smoke as well by the looks of it. So, they are going to contest mid. But PARIVISION have the same idea. Flashes behind them. Again, getting a good engagement. 2 for 1. Mid has been PARIVISION's domain this entire half so far.
But what now confuses me is I'm like, okay, what have PARIVISION done different? Nothing. They've done the exact same thing every single round, and it has worked out every single round. The only slight macro difference here is that when they take the space, they fall back. And also, they then just annihilate everybody on the extremities. They force Monte to go for these individual plays, and they're right there, ready to counteract it. Bomb gets dropped very early on. Krasnal gets naded now in this 1 versus 4. And this is round over. Monte have been played at the exact same game 5 times in a row and have lost 5 times in a row. Guess what? Patsy's pushed the A bomb side. It's this just all-out full frontal aggression that when you look at the names on the server is exactly what you anticipate from a team like PARIVISION.
Monte need a pause. I mean, there's plenty of ways you could counter it, but PARIVISION, now the mind games start. PARIVISION next gun round won't push mid. At least not in the same style. They don't need to.
Alan, I guarantee they do the exact same thing.
They
12
won't.
rounds in a row, and they win out 12 rounds in a row.
I'm quite confident they won't. They'll play the sides. Because Monte now needs to react. I mean, what are your options? They could... I mean, Warrior hasn't AWP'd that much. If Warrior just plays up on the ledge of T-Apps, just kill them as they swing. There's no way you got a flash that's going to take him off the angle. There's certainly options for Monte, but what they need to stop doing is stop trying to force mid early when they're not winning. There's just at some point you need to be pragmatic and just play a slower game. It's not the end of the world to take mid 20 seconds in rather than at the start.
I think, though, what's interesting is that they weren't even going for an early mid-take there. Like, they were playing that 20-second into the round type mid-take, where they had 2 people passive top mid, they had 2 players going underpass, and they just died while setting up. That's what's even more alarming. Even though mid hasn't been aggressively taken, as in they haven't pushed top mid, PARIVISION still have great control. And Alpha, ooh, a false sense of security now. Waro, it's unknown, coming from underpass. Alpha's just like, what? I just cleared that. And he almost gets a double, almost is able to neutralize Artfrost. But that could be the difference maker, unless Demka, his deagle ringing out on the A-bomb site, creates so much space. He's upgraded now to the AK. Everybody for Monte will to rifle, and this is the best opportunity we've seen for them so far, Mirage.
This is a big round. Monte obviously hasn't been the best start. Need a bit of luck, need a bit of magic. And this could be the start. Bomb planted default, Demka. Sat on his teammates' tails. And how do they choose to play this in the arse plan? They're ever so spread. Stiko's close CT, 1 in connector, 1 ramp. They can't play off the back of each other. So somebody needs to win a duel. Warrior's looking the wrong way. And they desperately need him to stay alive. Oh my lord. Turns back, but no frag. And now Demka's got so much to do. Util on all these players. They can play together. This bomb isn't planted for him either. Monte needed that. And that off plant fell very flat.
It's as you highlighted, Alan. 3 versus 3. And even though PARIVISION were equally a little bit split with Belchnok in middle and 2 in CT, Monte played that very, very individualistically. Stiko takes the first contact. Is there a trade? No, of course not. Waro, to be fair, probably should have got that kill in connector. I think that's quite damning that he doesn't. But also, the post plants. Why is nobody firstly playing together and secondly playing for the bomb? Like, no player, apart from Stiko, was actually in a position to deal with a defuse coming forward. And even then, that's not even the problem. The problem is that they all get mowed down. And PARIVISION, where was this on map number 1? They are hitting shots that we just never even saw an inch from. Very individually strong. And Monte, they are looking perplexed here on their map pick.
I think comms need some work for Monte. We did see it a little bit on map 1, but it wasn't costing them round after round after round and putting them in a huge deficit. Check out the default here from Monte. So passive. They have learnt their lesson. And PARIVISION this time, a bit more static in mid. Belchnok's going to get aggressive, and I think this could be too much. Where do you think they are, brother? They're not out mid. They know you've got aggressive every single round. I'm not surprised Monte was ready for that.
Yeah. I think Belchnok's thought process there is like, oh, I've pushed mid every single round. They're not going to expect this push. And it's like, oh, well, they do actually. And this is what we were wanting from them until Stiko gets caught off guard in a manner that you should never thought he would. Waro taking the contact in Palace should be able to bait in his teammate coming out ramp. But look at this player in sandwich. Patsy, that smoke gives him so much space to work with because he can just focus now on Demka. That's exactly what happens. Waro will trade, keeps into 3 versus 3, and the AWP just decides that it's game over. His team, they aren't winning, so he will win single-handedly. Looking for even further kills, but everybody around him is still dying. What more can Waro do right now, Alan? And it seems like he might even have to get these final 2 kills. The bomb being planted. Haji can drop a flash and a smoke to give himself some space. They identify Waro is back in Palace, and he gets caught off in transition, trying to rotate away. Haji brought in for his firepower, but it's Alpha, the new kid to the block, that nails him.
This is nightmare mode for Monte. Their off-plans are such a mess. They are really struggling to get on the same page. Wow. Whereas on the flip side, PARIVISION, they're just playing so decisive. I mean, clearly Belchnok gets caught off this round, but it's still a statement of intent. They're not going to sit back and play passive. They're not going to let Monte take their time. Alpha pushes mid and catches Stiko alone. Yeah, this is in an MR12 game now. This is bad. This is already approaching the point of no return for Monte on Mirage. They need 5. 4's playable, but they need to get 5 on a map like this. It's just so even between the sides. And look at their util. 2 smokes left. There's 1 minute 30 to go. 1 smoke to block top connector, 1 smoke to block short from the CT side, and you've lost the round.
This is... Have they even gone B once, Monte, apart from the pistol round?
Well, every time they go mid, they get
They just
peppered
died.
with lead.
Yeah.
Can't
They haven't been
split
able
the
to
site.
get to a site. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Ooh, Art Frost. That is a predicament he finds himself in. Surprised he's able to get that nade off. Somehow it's a 4 versus 4, even though it felt like that opening kill was served to them on a silver platter. And PARIVISION, they have the same thought process as I do. Cricket's like, lads, they're not coming here. So I'm going to head over towards A. I'm going to reinforce it, and Haji is going to caught him off in connector.
This is really disjointed. I mean, you can just tell they had 4 mid there and they didn't know what to do because they lost Kraz now, but it's so slow moving from call to call. The player's getting caught off guard. And now what? We're going to go out B. No flashbangs. 2 in defense. Alpha's going to be here soon. Belchonok off angle. Out towards empty. Makes it look like child's play as he mows them down. This isn't a match at the moment. PARIVISION are destroying their opponents.
This is just... Yeah, this is brutal. And I think building upon that point you mentioned about how slow they're playing in these calls, it then allows PARIVISION, who are playing fast in those calls, to get that kill on Haji and then rotate over. They evicted that B bomb site. They'd all left. Haji dies in connector. They see that there's no danger towards A, go back towards B, and the read is perfect. You know what? The cherry on top, Patsy removes the AWP and also kills Warrow after time. Money disjointed, communications disjointed, everything from Monte disjointed. There's nothing going for them right now.
And they're going to eco Hero Galil, which doesn't have a ring to it, does it?
Seen this twice now, dude.
I kind of respect it. I mean, I actually think, like, pound for pound, it's a really good buy.
I agreed, but not as like a hero
this game
weapon.
is economic damage doesn't feel like it's mattering at this point. Well, going to do their best. They almost made it work earlier. Their best round was that half buy earlier on. That was their best opportunity. They're getting a lot of space here. They can fell Patsy. There's a chance to plant default and get into CT for the after plant, but there is an if. Do find the kill, though. HP is very low. Warrow's still on the lurk on B. How is this their best chance? And they need to win it.
Oh man, they need to win anything. And Warrow, like, he's on the look, but look how far away he is. He's not going to really have any impact. And now he's starting to run. Now he's starting to get into the mixture. And it won't even be Warrow that does damage. Krasnow finally steps into the fray. Neutralizes 2. And Warrow... bro has run a marathon and then gets caught off guard by Art Frost. Really not a good game from him. Outside of that 1 round, he kills 2 on the A bomb site with the AWP, and they still lose the round. But finally, of course, it's the Hero Galil buy. It's the round that you would never anticipate to be won. Is the first inaugural round on their map pick for Monte. Are we sure these map picks are right? Like, what's going on?
Who knows? Who knows? Said they're still learning their maps. There's also, if their comms really are a problem at the moment, which is quite possible being a new lineup.
And what we saw at Pro League.
Yeah, I mean, playing a map that has so many retakes, it's not going to help, is it? Okay, well, that is the first step along a long road to salvage this map for Monte. They, of course, need more. 1 isn't enough. Not even close. And they need to continue right now. Some util over on A, but they've been blocked. These counter mollies are perfect. Smoke going in behind it. Oh, they're being read like a book. They're going to have to commit. This smoke actually, though, very deep. They get out in front of it. Patsy playing out in front of jungle. Does lose his teammate, but it's not going to matter. 2 kills for him. Hadji's ever so low. I am not holding out many hopes for Monte to win this round from here.
Unless Belchnok maybe gets caught off guard here by Hadji, but it doesn't seem like Hadji's wanting to take that space. And Warrow's lurking on B again. He's got the AWP and is on the other extremity. He gets caught off guard by Kika. Hadji will actually get that frag on Belchnok, but it's all a demise. It's just everything around him is falling apart. And this is going to be the quickest role reversal I think I've seen in a series in a long time, where PARIVISION looked abysmal on map 1, and then bam, they look like the best team in the world on Mirage.
Patsy's wrecking shop.
Yeah, 16 and 6, dude.
It's what we need. Kicker's having a great game as well. I mean, it's said Artfrost had a bit of a first half off. Been watching from the sidelines, but it's not mattering, is it? 9-1. Monte are going to force up. Can't blame them. They need rounds. But again, low util. Again, they need an avenue. They need an entry. And PARIVISION, as they have the entire half, the focal point is mid. So many numbers here. Another opening kill. Bring on map 3. This feels over.
We know how emotional some of these players can get, and I think I can kind of understand what that team speaks like. Krasno, he's the reason why they won their first round. Seems like it's going to be the reason why they win their second. We were saying that bring on map 2, but Krasno makes this somewhat achievable with his play out on the A bomb site. Just duels 2 players, wins them both out. Bomb goes down. Sure, there is this lurk from Belchnok, and Kika has found good space in jungle, but he's going to reveal his positioning with a grenade. Look, man, if PARIVISION win this round, it's GG.
It's not planted. It's not planted for them.
Oh my god. No,
Belchnok can get out Palace.
They've done it again. Oh my god, Belchnok can just go defuse the bomb and he can actually
He doesn't know,
right
though.
If he smokes the bomb and just gets on it, he wins the round. Okay. Crisis averted.
They were only saved by the fog of war. If he knew, he sticks it. But
yeah,
it's almost unthinkable that it's planted default and nobody's around. Wow. Even in victory. I mean, it takes a 2k from Kraz. Now it takes him lurking out A. Big gap there at the end. I'm less than convinced. I am less than convinced right now.
I was just thinking, it's happened again. It's happened again. No one's on the bomb and everyone's run away. It's just... Okay, well, Monte, is a 9-3 half repairable? Is that a dumb question?
At least it's playable.
It's...
two would be over.
Yeah. To be fair, like... The amount of online CS I've been casting, 8-4 seems like a really hollow a hollow lead. The amount of 8-4s I see go into the other side, and I think 9-3 is supposed to be the new like 4-11 curse, but I think 8-4 is the new 4-11 curse. Just like the amount of times I see an 8-4 lead being squandered, I haven't quite seen the same for a 9-3 lead.
Well, slim pickings is all they can hope for. Unpause. We're back into it. I think if I was Monte, I'd go where Patsy is not, because he is killing all of us.
Or Kika.
Yeah, Kika's all right. Yeah. Go towards
Artfrost
and Alpha, and hopefully that works.
Like, unironically, Artfrost has actually had a pretty bad game. Like, during that time, he just quick switches when he's about to take a shot. Like, he's had a few rounds, but he's had a... You know, he's actually had a pretty difficult performance, ironically considering that they're 9-2 up. But, mid-control. Alan, Monte have mid-control.
Yeah, they've also changed their nades, so they're doing a top mid-smoke now, because I guess they're just dying so many times.
They did it the first gun round,
yeah.
And Belchnok played under it. Oh, speaking of Belchnok.
Ooh, you lucky boy. Lucky boy. And he gets out because Warren pulls the nade out. Well, they got away with that one.
How? Oh, what a... What's happening? Nades are being missed. Smokes are being protruded upon. What's going on, Alan? Okay, Alpha, he gets a self-flash from Artfrost, pretty much. And just swings in the middle and gets a kill. Okay, that's a man advantage. 50 seconds. Monte, just nothing's going right for them. They're going towards A. 2 connector, 2 from ramp. Smoke deep jungle, I would assume. Yeah, Smoke's going deep jungle, but Belchnok, that one killing connector. Sure, he's on 3 HP, but Warrow can't really capitalize on that low HP the same way as a rifle can. Sure, he does get the frag. They know where they are. PARIVISION, they have alert coming in once more. The fights are through, but Patsy's died. The main man, the talisman's falling. Is there still a chance? No, because I think the amount of time they're taking is just allowing more and more time for Kika to approach. And this time, the espionage, oh, it's going to be so sweet. First, oh, you know what? He gets 2. It's not the cleanest, but he gets 2. And it's Warrow now, a 1 versus 3. Bombs at least planted for him, Alan. That's a step in the right direction that we haven't had previously, but no. Alpha secures the 9-3 half.
Been a rocky road. Got there in the end. 10-2. PARIVISION on their opponent's map pick. Look formidable. Only 3 to go. And we're on to a map 3. Quick break. See if they can get it done.
Well, this has been a pretty crazy series. We saw PARIVISION get dominated on their map pick, and now they're dominating on their opponent's map pick. Seems like this hasn't been the only crazy game. Aurora 13-1 3D Max on their map pick, and now are losing their map pick of Dust 2. So, you know what? Map picks are just... they don't exist today. It doesn't matter if you have an advantage. And this game... a pistol round might prolong it if Monte can win it, Alan, but I think it's very inevitable where we're ending up.
Well, if there's going to be a recovery, it's got to start here. There's no if, buts, or ways around it. Monte with a lot... sorry. PARIVISION with a lot of util. Going to get aggressive in towards CT. Re-smoking now. And I think the CT needs to go through this. I'm not sure they have time, really, to bide this one out. 1 kill through the smoke. Are they going to go? Waiting for now. Nobody spotted, but trying myself close. Here we go. They're surging through. It's very awkward. But all the duels going the way of Monte. It's looking very nice now. All the frags found. Bomb can be stuck. I guess that's the first step back into this game.
Where was that in the first half? Like, how does no one die? That smoke goes down, Alan, and I'm thinking, oh, it's round over. Well, that's it. That actually is just round over. But PARIVISION don't get a single kill, and there was only a few seconds left on the bomb as well. So, if PARIVISION had been able to at least have some sort of rebuttal, have some sort of fight back in CT spawn, then probably would have been the round 1, but nope, not a single frag. But the bomb goes down. We're going to see the Galils, but no head armor. That's the difference with the 600 to the 800, so the nerf from 800 to 600. We actually see Galils, but with no head armor. And up against the A1Ss, it makes them just that one little bit more powerful.
Not quite as fearsome as they used to be. Even Kraz now could have a field day on the AUG. Playing at range. But let's see. We know there's some beastly aimers on this PARIVISION squad. And they are eager to find a fight. Nobody, though, presenting yet. Very passive positions. Default under balcony. CT for Waro as he now looks back in towards CT to make sure nobody's pushed through the murder hole. Okay. Target spotted. How did Monte readjust?
Seems like there isn't going to be much of a readjustment, but more of a rotation towards A. Hadji maybe had to get a multi-frag there. Because he falls, I was going to say there could be danger, but no. PARIVISION, surely not. It was a 2 versus 4. Both Patsy and Key could have picked up a kill in this situation. Krasnow still on short from the very beginning of the round. And oh, Alan, it was a 2 versus 4. They had 3 players on the A-bomb side in very nice positions where they could catch their opponents off guard. They do catch them off guard, and then no one is able to get a multi-frag. Krasnow, as I mentioned, starting on short, has no head armor, so his A1Ss do a lot of damage back to him. And PARIVISION win the second round. Okay.
That's pretty much map. It'll be a horrid force buy around this now. Oh, no.
Head in hands.
Monte need to win this series. I mean, they can't win the first map in such dominant fashion and then bow out. I know Dallas isn't what they wanted, but they are such a fresh team. But as we're saying, coming into this one, Alpha's, even if he's a long-term prospect, for the moment, he's on paper he's a stand-in. There's no way they've got much practice. How is it Monte that's making most of the mistakes? I can't believe it. They should be the solid team here, but I don't know what's going on their end here on Mirage. But these guys cannot get on the same page at all at the moment, and yeah, it's going to be map 3 very soon at the rate they're going.
And I'd honestly be surprised if Monte even win another round.
Oh, no.
Oh, dearie me. I think that is really a great depiction of what this map has been like for Monte. Hadji missing a nade and nading himself, but only for 1 damage. So I guess, you know, if he did more damage, that would have been just like salt in the wound. But it's grand. Monte, though, they have the stack towards B with only 2 players here on A. That AUG on Krasnow holding a deep angle on short. They've allowed and relinquished full control in middle. So PARIVISION, they have so much room to work with. And it seems like as soon as the smoke fades on ramp, they're going to be popping through.
Spicy. Got my attention, Hadji. Still, though, this is the lesser defended site. AK is scooped, however. And now the rotation's coming in. Kraz now starting to make his move. He's off towards CT to cover off that murder hole. Demku needs a frag. He really needs a kill. Doesn't get One for Kicker, Patsy with another. This side defense has not lasted long. Rotates might be here now, but they have so much work to do. Oh, that is that is a ripper out from Warrow. 2-on-2 now. Artfrost is a bold man, bolder than me, planting that wide. Now readjust the triple. Step it up a little bit. But without a kit, without nades to deal with Palace, this should, in very big inverted commas, be okay.
Warrow's gone for this massive flank, and also Artfrost bolder than me to also jump across the open with the bomb out was quite amusing. And we've got Stiko taking all the contact. He's trying to be like, guys, look at me. Look at what I'm doing. They know Warrow started the round towards jungle, but the rotation, oh dearie me. Warrow pulls the trigger too early. He has his Nico moment on Mirage, and Artfrost, he gets on the board. He's been struggling, but he gets 2 frags, and PARIVISION, they hit map point and will be looking to now go on to a third in a very unlikely manner. I did not anticipate this. I didn't think Nuke would even come up, bro.
Nobody saw this coming. It's been a mauling. Patsy's been great. Kicker's actually spooled up, if anything. Now on the second half. 9 chances. This map is over. This is consolation rounds now for Monte, just to remind themselves they can play good Counter-Strike.
If that.
Yeah. And even that looks ambitious at the moment. What have we got? 4A stack.
Oh,
Warriors put out in the open. They've got all the numbers here, but I'm still fearful. Demka, some nice frags. But now Alpha gets engaged. The bomb is actually dropped in ramps. They need to recombine for this area. It's very awkward.
Okay.
1-on-2 now. And with that bomb in the hands of Demka, maybe Monte have survived another round.
That was probably the biggest moments. But I guess in defense of PARIVISION, are you really expecting 4 players to be on the bomb site? Like, not even connector, not even jungle. 4 players on A directly. So I can sympathize with them. And, you know, giving them a bone there to say, like, you know what, fair enough, I don't blame you guys. Belchnock, though, oh, Alan, no one's holding for him. Demka, though, perfect timing to look back, but he doesn't get the kill, and also doesn't really take any damage off Belchnock. He's still full HP, and now up against the 5-7. Stiko, 3 kills in this map. He's not the man you'd want for this job. Put down even lower. Belchnock edging his way to victory. Stiko's at least upgraded to an AK, and with 20 seconds left, Belchnock, he has to commit towards this A bomb site now. Stiko going back, playing a headshot angle, playing around, and the headshot angle will pay out in his favor. It's a 1 versus 1 to keep them alive, but my god, is it anything but clean.
I guess rounds are rounds. They have also broken the money. So we are going to be here a little bit longer, but yeah, we just feel like we're delaying the inevitable. Stiko saves them in the end, but a little bit hairy. Right. What have we got then? Pause in for PARIVISION. Their money is a little bit out of balance. I guess they'll just eco this one and buy in the next. Alpha can scoop a Galil, I guess, in the following. No need to get angsty here and start force buying. You've got so much runway. Maybe they should have converted that round, but as I said, it's still an awful long way before even having an overtime discussion. So no need to panic. Eat your pride here. Swallow it. And then look towards rifles in the next.
Oh, Belchnock's got an open of the Deeg. Of course he has. Yeah, rifles in the next, so this round shouldn't have... It shouldn't be dangerous. But
I've
who
heard that
knows?
before.
Yeah, I've
Here we go.
heard that a few times. There's 2 Deagles, 2 clocks. No one's got armor. Alpha is going to walk through the connect smoke. Nice idea. When you've got a Glock, what more can you really, like, ask for, right? You try go for this nice, aggressive play that could catch off an opponent, and it doesn't, so whatever. You've literally lost nothing. Stiko, though, getting aggressive himself. Goes, what's up, Patsy? And He needs those kills. He needs anything he can get right now.
Right. Boring stuff out of the way. Let's get back on the guns. Let's see. Good amount of util, so plenty of options here for PARIVISION.
I assume we're going to see something similar to what they did in the first half of just aggression middle. Is that fair to think, right? Where they just do force their way out, but they're going to have to do it without a window smoke. That's a pretty crucial bit of utility missed. And Patsy swings in and goes, guys, where's the smoke? Don't worry, I've got the kill anyway. Speaking of aggression, Haji powers his way through Palace. Does at least put it into a 4 versus 4, and how, bro, how is Patsy alive? He's got 1 HP.
Got away with that. Okay. Round slows down for the moment. Monte doing a mid clear. 3 on location. Demka wins the fight against Alpha. Now he's clearing out. All that noise in mid compels PARIVISION to take this A space. Reverse, kick it wide. First found. Haji gone. Trade is there, though. With Patsy on this HP, they really need Art Frost to find some space because, yeah, Patsy can get hit with a nade and killed here.
You can get tickled to death. If Monte win this round, Alan, you've heard it here, we're going to overtime. I guarantee it. And Art Frost, you were calling for him to make space. He does not. And they also have the read on Patsy. How did he get 1 more? How has Patsy got 2 kills this round? Sure, okay, whatever. But still, Monty, they live to see another day. 6 more rounds to double their scoreline on top of the rounds they've already run, to not win it in regulation, but to bring it to overtime.
Only gets tougher from here, though.
Yeah.
As loss bonus goes up. Granted, plant money, obviously, not quite what it used to be, but keeping a bit of cash in reserve, they're still going to be buying. Okay, well, another eco to follow. Just need to not fall foul to these deeks. I've seen some nice shots, but need something very special for this round to be anything but a whitewash. Oh, this kid's got a deagle. Yes, sir. He loves the head popper.
He's got a head popper, but look, like, this round should be over. I'm saying a lot of shoulds and coulds, but you just never know when you've seen a game like this. I think they get 1 more kill here. Krasnal gets wide swung by a deagle. This smoke fades. Belchnok gets another kill. But then Stiko should be able to clean them up. 50 seconds, bomb down. I'm not a huge fan of how maybe about how Krasnal's playing a little bit more forward when Stiko can't immediately support him. So like you see these interactions coming forward and Stiko's not going to be there to lend a helping hand. His feeties. Yeah, okay, never mind. I don't know how Krasnal survived that. I didn't know your feet pop out when you jump.
No, neither did I. He actually would have better to stand
That's
still.
actually a first for me.
Wow, okay, well, we're all learning today. 5 rounds, probably 3 or 4 gun rounds. It's not inconceivable, but as said, now it gets tougher. Full investments, AWPAD on Art Frost, all the options here for PARIVISION. They can do what they like, and the call here is old style mid smokes. Window top mid, Alpha's out, but he's out in the open. Stuck second Delpan. You can see those players on short. Pulling the cavalry over. 2 HE grenades. He tries to get out in front of it, but that has not worked. Not whatsoever. Man advantage for Monte. As they continue their tirade to try and get back in this game.
Oh, Alan, it's looking a lot more likely as we get on, but this could be actually where the The dagger comes out for PARIVISION. They've reclaimed the man advantage. Demka, still though, the final player on this A bomb site. Can't quite go for a second there. Belchnot gets out of dodge. And Patsy doing great at restricting these rotations. Demka's doing everything he possibly can. Is it going to be enough? Warrow's come to join him. He started short early. Sees one player over in jungle. Belchnot takes a nade to the face, but still alive. This is the second time we've seen someone on 1 HP for PARIVISION. Is this really going to be the difference maker? One single hit point? But as we mentioned before, Patsy's going to be having to take this space, and Demka, his head, it gets cleanly rocked, and Warrow, that 1 HP, it doesn't matter. He's got an AWP. And the bomb, at least he has it in ramp. Needs to get at least one here to isolate the jewels. And it seems like they're going to double swing on him, but he's got the close angle. Smoked off is the issue. And okay, this has to be round over. There's no way Warrow wins this. Patsy's holding for the smoke push. Warrow charges through. Does get good space. Or pulled back out. Little does he know, the 5-7's probably the best play here. No scope misses. Wow, he survives for way too long there. But PARIVISION, they send us to Nuke. It's a little bit delayed. It took a while, but as expected, they have a great first half and they finish it off.
They just left themselves so much runway, so many options. I mean, let's be real. Some of those second half rounds were a bit funky, but they were always going to win that map. Monte, wow, that was their map pick. That first half was a disaster. Potentially, I'd say the way they're playing on Mirage is just like a systemic collapse. It just looked like a mess. Comms are all over the shop. They couldn't find a consistent way to play mid at all. But Nuke Round, new turf. This is Nuke. At least with the previous lineup, this would have been a comfortable home turf. So they haven't got any excuses, I'll put it that way. If they lose this series, they lost it fair and square. Loser goes home. This is already the lower bracket here in playoffs. These teams not having the best group stage. That's why they're here. And for either of these sides, and particularly Monte, if they go out here early, that might be a sleepless night to follow.
Yeah, look, like, if they can be FaZe, Furia, Forza on LAN with Gizmi and Ryu, you'd anticipate they can do it with Hadji and Stiko. Now, here comes the test. Warrow, first of all, maybe that's a foreshadowing how his performance is going to be. Maybe it's similar to Mirage, and even though there is that trade back from Warrow, everybody on the A-bomb site gets dumpstered, and PARIVISION are like that dumpster. And it's them getting the bomb down, and it's going to be a pretty unwinnable retake. Stiko and Hadji, they know where Stiko is. He's been played with, and Hadji's going to make his position known very soon. And sure, they might get a kill or two here, but we all know how this is going to go.
South. South it goes. Okay, that was a statement of intent. Very aggressive pistol. PARIVISION not looking to drop the pace of one beat from the way they finished on map number 1. Pistol for them. Let's see if Monte's going to force into this one. Warriors ordered Deeg, but apart from that, I guess it was okay. He sold it. Interesting. Well, no love lost there. Full eco for them. Clearly looking towards M4s in the following, and yeah, they just want kills here.
We saw, was it? Yeah, it was Monte right on Vertigo that was doing loads of, well, actually both sides for their low buys and their ecos have been very damaging this game. It felt like, you know, the Monte, the hero rifles were doing great damage on a Mirage, so they were losing those early rounds, but it still looked contestable. However, right now, that's not the case. Krasnal even team kills Hadji. And even though Hadji was explosive outside the server on Dallas, he was super loud. I think kills like that, he will even reduce the loudest of players.
Rock on. Oh, okay. Right. Guns out now. I'm intrigued. PARIVISION had to play a blunt game of Counter-Strike. They don't have the depth right now with this lineup. I said, to our knowledge, Alpha is a stand-in. He does make sense as a fifth for this team. But nothing official on that line, so let's assume he might not be here for the long haul. So even getting this to a third map was quite an achievement. And now the leaderless team in flux is to call a good T-side. So on this third up, big kill, frags found, starting to wrap towards Outer. There's still a player in mini. Genther backs off. Kraz now wants Jules. He gets one the hard way. Trades galore, but it still favors PARIVISION. Man advantage for them. Bomb's a little bit isolated, but they've got so much control. This bomb can cross. Yes, it does. They should be okay now. Get this down. Play a strong after plant.
Yeah, I mean, Hadji is down on the B bomb side. Stiko has been mollied in heaven. Even if he wants to come up, he's not going to be able to. And now as the bomb goes down, they're going to start looking for Hadji, but he catches a awkward timing. Kika caught with utility, and Hadji looking to do it all. Finally caught off guard. Belchinog finds revenge, and Belchinog, it's sharpshooting in the 1 versus 2, and PARIVISION do exactly what they were doing on Mirage.
It's a good try by Hadji, but Sean just a bit too hard to deal with, and of course his teammates had already fallen long by the wayside. This doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good here at the start. It's going to be another eco to follow, surely, for Monte. PARIVISION are looking hot. Indeed. Pistol armor for them. And get much better than this. T-side of Nuke already up to 3. The last anti-eco is very clean. If they can get anything close to that, 3-4 players alive, they will be in an excellent position come the next gun round.
Yeah, I mean, the last we saw the Galils getting openers, like, it was very clear they still had this bonus-esque buy round, which I think is a bit of a crude term in Counter-Strike, because you don't really have the economy to go for purchases like that, where you have a bonus buy. But it's still, it works out because they win it, right? And Monte, you mentioned how they were trying to find these aggressive picks, but they were doing it all so one by one. There was no double layered control. It was just like, oh, I'm gonna swing this angle. Oh, I've died. Okay, that's my space now taken away. No real team play, and Hadji does find a gap in that smoke, but isn't gonna be able to wake anything worthwhile. 4 players on the A bomb site, Alan. Monte have set themselves up pretty well to deal with this A hit if it does come through.
They need to push up though. Yeah, they do, because they've lost heaven. Where's that bomb going? Bomb's going back into main, so I guess they're on the right side of the map, but it's not going to matter. It's not going to matter if they're walking around like headless chickens. 3 for kicker, make it 4. It's in an absolute mowdown. Doesn't get better than that. Stiko can't get it done. Ace for kicker. 5 players alive. That is bad news for Monte. They're going to have a tough time just breaking this money, let alone getting away with a good CT round haul in this half.
The second round and a half when PARIVISION won that and they won it flawlessly, at least it was against USPs, right? Full USPs. In this round, every single player has armor. Everybody's got an upgraded pistol. Everybody's got something that can do damage. And especially when you've got basically 5 players in lobby primed and ready to push towards the A bomb site when that hit comes forward, they get nullified. And that's great confidence for Kika, great confidence for PARIVISION, and great for their economy. All in all, really there's no downsides. 4-0, it's a great start to the T side, but the rifle's back out for Monte. They've got the utility, but it's no AWP out on Waro, who's also yet to frag. Oh, this is awkward.
Yeah, that was a little bit late. Looked like he wanted to go through the smoke, but it was already faded.
Look at Alpha.
Didn't have his back covered. Yeah, pulled and kill. Waro repositions. Oh, he gets the kill. I can't believe that. I cannot believe that. And drops down. Stiko is a lucky man to be alive. Alpha causing problems. Now the bomb is rerouting. Monte are just playing catch-up every single occasion here, it feels like.
We were praising the reactions of PARIVISION on Vertigo at the very beginning on their T side, and this is, I think, from my perspective, another case of that. Stiko gets the kill on Alpha, sure, great trade to put it back into 3 versus 3, but A, survives on 3 HP, and B, PARIVISION go, oh, that's the ramp player, and they were more deeper in lobby at that time as well, because they'd kind of cooled off that A play, so they instantly go towards ramp, and that's really nice that they'll be able to pick off that information so quickly. There's no hesitation, right? They instantly go for it, and that's what gives them the round. It's very clear, I think, as you said, they're playing catch up, and that's a perfect exhibition of it. PARIVISION 5-0, and especially on the T side, they lost the knife round, I would assume, on this 3rd map, and when you're on the T side and you're starting to get these early rounds, that could be, like, you get to 6-0, that could be the game already done.
This doesn't feel good at all. It's also that they're just not saving. They're not keeping 3 players alive and repeat buys. It's
isolated.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. Okay, there is a rifle on the ground, so Demka can get a full investment out, but this is CT Nuke. CT Nuke should be winning the half at a minimum, and even that feels like a stretch at the moment. Flip side, though, PARIVISION. Brute force started Counter-Strike, but it's working, and they're getting so much control on outer. Looks like Haji's the outer player for the CT side. He has not been able to deal with these takes of map control whatsoever. And that is a recipe for disaster on Nuke.
It's just going wrong and wrong and wrong. Look at Kika, ready. But he doesn't actually catch Haji off guard, who I think Kika could have caught, but... Oh, okay, Haji. This is big from him. He gets the kill on Kika and runs away. Now look at Stiko, fast down towards ramp. Kras now fast down towards Ven. And Monte, what's happened? This is a perfect round. Where'd they pulled this out from? And no way it falls apart. 2 versus 5. They put it into a 2 versus 3. Bomb's being picked up. Patsy, okay, sought after. And now if Belchnot goes up the vent, I think Demka's going to be there ready and waiting. So there's no real out here. And that's a lot more like it for Monte.
Not the best flash I've ever seen.
Oh.
Let's not talk about
Someone
that.
should go back to geometry class.
It shouldn't be possible. Haji's playing wide, but yeah. Difficult angle to clear. It will be around for Monte, and you know, Haji has a brilliant round, but there are so many worlds where Kicker just swings from vent and kills Haji in this round over. So many here. I mean, Kicker didn't know it, but if he just waits another second for his teammates to get further up from secret, Haji's not getting more than one. So even in losing, we can see how it could have worked for PARIVISION, and that is the hallmark of a team that's still in a good spot. Another good buy for them. And the pressure is maintained. Monte still have a lot of work to do to recover this map.
It's just an understatement as well, though. And I think mentally as well, you're going to be really cut down after map 1, after map 2. But Monte's a team that I've watched a lot of Counter-Strike pre-Paris, right? I don't know if you would have shared the same sentiment. For me, I was watching like every day. It felt like they were always in the server. They were always grinding. They were always a team that, especially with this core, I would praise for being able to bounce back. And they'd have like 3 best of 3s a day consistently. So they... With all of that in mind, you're thinking, yeah, okay, they should be able to bounce back. They should be able to have that mental fortitude. But Kika in lobby just kills 2.
Yeah.
Sure, never mind. Every point I was making voided.
Yeah. Kika takes your narratives and your nice storylines and says, get stuffed. Get stuffed.
Warro got a kill!
Well, good for him, but it's not going to change the course of this
bad.
round. And Stiko has to save. I guess they're still on pretty high loss bonus, so maybe they can get a buyout, but they do need this rifle. And that is far from a given. Passing in the angle right eye as well. Sees the shadow. Stiko gone. Money out of whack for the CD side. And PARIVISION continue their onslaught. Kiki has also played a brilliant second and third map. He's been great.
I think it was, as I mentioned, like Kikin and Patsy were nothing to be desired of on map 1. And just their pull back into this series is very admirable. It's just an excellent sequence, completely orchestrated by Kika in a lot of these rounds. And Alpha's impressing me. If he's calling at this level with a team in their first official, after not having that much experience at the top level, you've got to give, you know, you have to bow the knee and go, fair enough, man. Like, you're doing more than excellent. However, a change of play, change of pace. Haji, aggressed outside, completely by himself, and okay, some spice there. Belchnok one taps him out of the server. So, as I mentioned, the isolated factor is going to be his downfall.
Reaction on ramp from Monte. They seal this Prens on out. They say we want some space. Kraz now, Stiko pushing, Kicker, nearest player. Alpha's on the roof. So they keep going. Warro finds one that's towards Alpha. That's the bomb. Oh, okay. Into the dinner. This looks okay for Monte. Alpha traded. And, yeah. Belchnot comes with the bomb, but too many players on location. A second round for Monte. Way to go. Long way to go, but at least they're finding some rounds now.
That's a little bit more like it. You highlighted the reaction on ramp, and that was like, that's a good reaction. That's the type of Counter-Strike we want to be seeing. And I was a little bit worried with just the fact they sent Haji kind of to his death. But it all works out in the end. And Warrior as well, adding another frag to his tally. That's actually the first kill on the AWP. So if we can see him highlighted in any regard and pull up that same performance that he had on map 1, where completely absent on map 2, this could be a change. But they're starting on such a deficit. 6-2, PARIVISION. This is a great T-side in itself. And look, Alan, even if they do lose the next 4 rounds, they still sit back and go, we got 6 rounds on the T side. And you got to have that mentality and go, that was still a great half.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Monte's trying to scale Everest here with crutches. It's a nightmare. Well, they made it to base camp, I guess, with these 2 rounds, but... well, that's good for his Instagram selfies. You got to make it all the way up the top. You want to be the real deal. No Gurkha's here to help. What's the move then? 4 outside. You kick it towards inner. Ooh, peppered up for a couple players. But they make it down with numbers. Warro on location. How does he get peeked? Jiggle peek, misses, falls back. Molly. Hold the teaser bay. Alpha goes through. That is bold. He's way ahead with the bomb. And he needs some help. Here they come. Cavalry's in behind. Warro does find a duel. Frag found and a rotation's here as well. Stiko's on site. And Warro goes through the smoke. This man is wild.
This is the type of play that always works out for him, though. Like, this is a type of crazy Counter-Strike that I think Monte were known for, are known for, and especially Warro. Kikit, though, still on the upper bomb site. We've seen what he can do on these lurks. He's got 2 players in front of him. If he's able to get 1, they could go up, but no, Krasnell deals with him. They now know Warro pushed Secret, and he's just pinceling them in. Stiko comes in as the 3rd pencil, or the 3rd mark on this round. That's, again, some really beautiful Counter-Strike by Monte, where they control the rotations, deal with the lurks, and it's just like, this is, okay, more like it. Where was it at the start of the nuke? Where was it on Mirage?
I still can't believe Warro went for his own smoke. He's mad.
It's based, man.
Absolutely mad, but it works. He just completely sandwiches them once he's in behind. And they've done it. They have snapped that money. The money that was formidable for PARIVISION off the back of so many round wins is gone. This one's just an eco, a smattering of util on Alpha. Maybe they'll use that to look towards a bomb plant. But, you know, Monte's making a go of this. First half, obviously, of the second map. They never found enough. They never were in that map. But at least here, if they can keep this going, they got wiggle room. They got scope. That's what they're playing for at the moment.
Yeah, you've hit the nail on the head. They had that resurgence in the second half and made the scoreline look a little bit more admirable than it actually was. Imagine if they had a 4-8 half or even 3-9 to work with. It would have just had a little bit more weight to it. And I think, okay, it's being cleaned up. There's going to be a few frags going in favor of PARIVISION. Yorp has been picked up a Patsy, and Alpha will catch Stiko off guard. Oh no. Yeah, Stiko gets caught off guard. He literally just cleared ramp. Oh, yeah. Patsy with the Yorp outside. Oh, he gets timinged. Everyone's getting timinged right now, it seems, but Alpha's been able to pick up that AK. No armor. This is definitely going to be a hindrance to PARIVISION, but as you said, game is on and it's Monte's turn to move. PARIVISION, they've set themselves up and they're seeing to find maybe a mistake in this 2 versus 2.
Don't mind it. Pump the brakes. Hope for some over-aggression. It doesn't come though. Monte playing 1 apiece on the sites. It's Demka out towards the double doors, slinking between there and Decon. Control. Is he gonna peek? Yes, he does. Patsy. All that out in hand. Lack of armor makes that very awkward for PARIVISION. And I think Monte got away with that round. That was looking bad when they were losing numbers.
Patsy gets timed twice, right? Like, he could have got a kill outside, could have got that kill on ramp. There's a lot of ifs, buts, and maybes around that eco round, which is crazy to think about. So, Monte, they get a 4th, but at what cost? And honestly, mostly just their sanity, if anything.
And mine.
Yeah, and everybody's.
More importantly.
My sanity's at cost here. And Art Frost is like, yeah, Patsy, let's get you off that AWP. God, that could have got very scary and very strenuous, considering that it was P250s and Glocks.
I'm scared.
Just, yeah, I think...
see that again.
But Monte could just snip this in the butt by just winning the last 2 rounds and a half, right? Like, no matter how close they are, if they're able to get a 6-6 half, it's just that added momentum. A pistol round on the T side, and then bam, they've got the lead and a bit of momentum.
Let's see. See if they keep this going. Of course, the last 2 gun rounds have been much better. Establishing control, locking down secret. Warrior's been a menace, and this time it's Hadji. Saw him aggressive earlier in the half. This, though, is a different play in behind the glaive smoke, as we like to call it. But he's left a gap. He's let play slip into main. Demka, though, deals with Patsy. That could have been ever so dangerous if Patsy gets in and starts making waves. And now with Hadji in behind, surely they have no idea he can be here.
Wait.
I'm so confused.
What's going on?
I'm so confused.
Okay. So, Alpha was top main, and Hadji heard him drop, but I think he thought that Krasnal was basically Alpha on top main when he died in main, and then Warrow's in between 2 players there, and gets both? What? Okay, sure. PARIVISION, their final gun round, the proper gun round and a half, gets nullified, and it's not even by the outside aggression, it's actually the A-hold. So, nice play from Hadji. Doesn't really do anything. Yeah, it actually just genuinely does nothing. But it's the players on A. It's Demka and the rest of the A defense and Warrow doing these crazy plays. Demka again, opening kill. Oh, he's pushing. Okay, Demka. What? Okay, so Alan, take it.
One of those. Warrow collects. He gets aggressive in from radio. Bomb is still stuck outside of Squeaky. Somehow Alpha gets a kill from Squeaky onto Heaven. Demka's in behind. Hadji's in front. Well, make of that what you will, guys. 5 at the end of the half as Monte recover to a 6-all scoreline. They're back in the game. Loser goes home. And in a few minutes' time, we'll find out who that's going to be.
That first half was crazy. It felt like PARIVISION were running away on their T side, and then bam, Monte, 5 rounds in a row, but they weren't the cleanest. They almost lost to Ecos and seemingly had players in between them a lot of times, but you know what? It's 6-6. It's even at the half. This pistol round could dictate a lot for Monte.
Here we go. Pace amped up. Kraz now gone. As PARIVISION play off the site. This will be a retake. Art Frost hasn't purchased, and they really could have used a kit and a smoke here. Interesting. We'll see how that develops.
7 for the AWP, Alan.
Okay. I think he just forgot to buy, if I had to guess. Here we go then. Players coming out of heaven. Stico's underneath. Haji gets a duel, but it doesn't end well. Alpha crunches his legs into the ground and meets his demise. Waro needs frags, needs kills. Bomb gets tapped. Demka comes in from behind to get another. And they do recover. 4 for Demka. And an all-important pistol round for a fledgling Monte team.
I feel like that's just the amalgamation of this series. Alpha kills himself while trying to do the retake. I think he was trying to aim for the blue box, but then got shot. So he, you know when like your movement kind of gets stopped a little bit, so he just ends up in the middle of nowhere, just flailing. But Monte, that's now 6 rounds in a row. And I did say like if they get a 6-6 half and they get the pistol, they then take the lead for the first time in this map. And it really
First time since Vertigo.
Yeah, first time since Vertigo. It's been a whole map. It's been more than a map. And Monte, we said how good they were previously on Nuke. They've won against FaZe. They've won against some of the better teams in the world when they had 2 academy players on trial. This is an upgrade of the team, as it's clear that they removed the academy players and brought Stico and Haji in. I think bar for bar, they are an upgrade. Show it's an upgrade now.
Still feel organized. See how this half develops. Of course, we're not expecting much. Demka might not be long for this world. Needs some help. This is crazy. Okay. Falls in the end. 3 alive. I guess that's not too bad. At least they're T side. And this is what we're here for. Guns out. As he said, 7 on the trot. For the Monte squad, so I guess the question is, any life left in PARIVISION?
It just kind of seems crazy. They had this electric beginning and then pitted out so quickly, right? Like, you had Keek getting an ace in lobby. Granted, it was against the 5-7 armor, but it's still like, it was crisp. And they got so many of these rounds close, but unable to put it over the finishing line. And, well, Monte, they're going to be popping out the A-bomb site. Demka, great double. Can't get the third. And Patsy, almost gets a triple himself. But 2 is not going to be enough, considering Belchnock and Alpha just don't get anything. And PARIVISION, within 10 seconds of the round starting, and now walking that lonely walk into CT spawn, clinging onto whatever they can. And that's Monte now 8 rounds in a row. And the first gun round here on the second half.
Patsy found his frags as well. It was the side defenders. Couldn't get anything done. Demka is crisp. He is playing great. Had a good spawn for it as well. Haji, of course, spawning up on this map too. Haven't seen him so much yet in this series, but he is in this team to be a star player. And he can be. He was instrumental in multiple iterations of whatever.
3D Max.
Heat into X, Heat into 3D Max, as well as... God, I forget. Did he play for Falcons in the LDLC?
He played for
it's all a mess.
Falcons like a little bit, but I think it was very... It was wearing like the NHL roster, right?
I think he played... I think he played for the LDLC team that became Falcons.
And then
I don't remember. He's played for a lot of French teams. They all merged into one.
He played quite a few games for Falcons. Yeah, the French guys. Yeah, I remember now.
They were LDOC, then they got dropped by the Org, then Falcons got.
Yeah, gotcha. It's all piecing together now. With Kenny S, I'm pretty sure. At one stage. Those were the days. Those were the days. And I used to call that the ITB strat with the sit in the smoke and then pop through it, because Adam9130 would call it every single time I watched them play Nuke. And it worked. And it's worked right there. Even though the flash doesn't actually quite like connect and the main smoke is late, Haji still has that brawn to just fly through. Cypher-esque.
So you're saying Monte should bring in Adam as in-game leader?
I think that would be the best upgrade possibly.
Well, you heard it here first. That seems like the optimum situation. Optimum.
Make it UKCS, bring Gizmy back. You know what? So how's Smooth building a team?
Yes. That would be interesting.
Just yes.
Alright, what are we going to get here? Monte would love to finish lower. The problem is they've got 2 lurkers. And these lurkers need to expose one side of this map. There is scope to go up towards vent, but with 35 seconds left, someone here needs to make a decision. This has been the downfall of Monte so far in this series. Indecision. This round can't have any of it. Nades now coming out of control. They need to win this ramp duel. Beltronic finds one alive for now. Kraz now cracks his way out of the double doors. But they're just so enveloped. Look at the mini-map. They're absolutely surrounded. Waro, though, gets another. Brute force is the only way to win this round. They need to get aggressive into ramp. They do not have good afterplants.
They're not covering for each other either. How has Patsy been able to get away from that? And now here comes that ramp play, making a lot of noise. Krasnal gets identified. Haji hiding in the smoke, misses his target. And Monte, even though they had double layered lurks from ramp, and the B site players were only just supposed to take the contact and then allow for those lurks to come through, it's the lurks that get neutralized and find nothing to add to the equation. And it's the B site players that tried their hardest, but eventually it's just not meant to be. PARIVISION with such clean rotations. They get finally around.
Back at it. Back at it. I don't mind the round from Monte. I mean, the ramp players are waiting.
Alpha wins
for the
it
guys. He's waiting for the guys lower to make their move. Oh, John got a massive kill on ramp. If he doesn't win that duel, that is round over. So, credit to him. And look what it's done. Win as many rounds in a row as you like, but if you're losing numbers and then lose a round, Monte, you'll be on an eco. Best they can do is bring out a hero AK. So, opportunity to bring this very close if you're PARIVISION. Just needs to stave off the 1 AK and some pistols.
This game's given us everything. And, oh, they don't do it. Haji, hero AK. Oh no, Art Frost is missed. Art Frost is being hunted down. He does get saved, though, by Patsy. That's a round that could have got really dangerous really quickly. Stiko has picked up an A1S, but I think Patsy, if he wasn't there, that would have been almost a round over. Because it would have been like, what, 5 versus 3 with an AWP picked up and an A1S picked up. I think that legitimately would have been like a GG for the whole series. But Patsy now has given them a new lease on life, and Alpha is going to take that new lease one step further, doing what Key couldn't as the ramp anchor, and Belchinok even gets a piece of the pie.
It's quite amazing they keep falling alive,
Alpha.
given how that started. Yeah, you're right. That was on a knife edge, an absolute knife edge. I think they teased through that molly as well, and it wasn't best placed to flush out Art Frost. Alright, well, that was survival. Pause in now from PARIVISION as they have a quick discussion. Reminder, guys, loser goes home. 2 Pro League spots up for grabs. And for both these teams, of course, that's game-changing for their seasons. They're, of course, not partner teams, so they need these opportunities. Monte, at times, has been well-deserving of that, but surely their world ranking has tanked a lot on the ESL side with all these roster moves, so yeah, these games matter. These games matter. 4 rounds away if you're Monte, but few things have to go wrong in the next 10 minutes or they're going home.
I mean, this ESL Pro League spot is really important for both these sides. Like, it confirms Monte's, like, it basically reaffirms that Monte made the right choice with their roster moves, sends them back to Pro League, and for PARIVISION, it also does the same, being like, oh, you've actually got some life in you. But I think it's 6 best of 3s they'll have to win, and then they get to the grand finals, and that grand finals will mean they get the Pro League spot. So it's a really long way to go. And I think, yeah, with Monty's ranking tanking, that means no more challenger invites, correct?
Yeah.
I guess
There's
so.
also like a Navy SEAL saying that like the enemy gets a say. And that will be the case in the future series. Your opponents will get a say as well in how things go. But yeah, you need to be in it to win it. And of course, the loser of this will not be... What have we got here?
What have we got here? No way was Hadji almost about to win a duel with a Mac 10, but that's even worse. If he gets it down to 14 HP, still dies. Artfrost, he was kind of on fraud watch on Mirage, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie, he was having a bit of a shaky performance, but that's a big kill for him to be picking up. And Monte, even though they got 8 rounds in a row, these are looking like very feeble rounds now, where they're just being plucked apart one by one. There is a small gap to be taken, though. Warrow in heaven has caught the one position he can get behind. Artfrost, oh, no way. Warrow not going to be a happy bunny about that one.
I'm not. I heard to watch. Should seal the deal here. Good transition from Demka, but... He is crisp today, but it's not going to matter. 3 alive for PARIVISION. It'll be an eco to follow for Monte. And, you know, we saw this so many times on the T side of Mirages. They really lack for a plan B. They lack for decisive mid-round calling. I'm not sure it is a Warrow. It's probably a combination of Warrow and communication for this team at the moment. But they are so static and slow sometimes that they just get dictated. They're always playing catch-up in these rounds as soon as something goes wrong. And as said, this one's an eco. It should be 10 for PARIVISION. Your rounds from going home.
Like, we saw that on Mirage as well. We saw that PARIVISION were able to reclaim the space on their city side, and Monte didn't really seem to have a reaction. And up against these pistol rounds, PARIVISION, got Artfrost playing aimbots, Alpha doing the exact same. It's just aim training right now. And they take the lead for, I was gonna say the first time in a while, but it wasn't actually. It was 6-6, right? So it was pretty even for the majority of the game. It's just they lost so many in a row, and now it's their turn to win so many in a row themselves. And they're using a big tactical pause. Yeah. I think this is a really nice time. I really like this tactical pause.
They're better at using pauses than Monte. Granted, LMB team might be talking a lot just whilst they're live being online, but PARIVISION are doing a great job of just dropping the pace. They know these moments matter. I know they're a team that's hampered and who knows Alpha's situation, but they're giving this everything to try and win this map. Even just for ranking points, this is big for them. They need to win some series. And they know the importance of these closing moments. Alright, game on. A few rounds here to go. Heavy hitters for both teams going to be required. Demka, Hadji have had some big maps, but their team needs them right now. They need a big opener. They need an entry kill. Need to root into one of these rounds and check out the call. Very aggressive, straight out of Squeaky. Free for Alpha. Straight up to 20 kills. Monte's done for. What on earth do they do now?
They've tried to go for aggressive plays before, Monte, and it has worked out. But because Hadji got a double opener, this time it's a triple closer. Alpha, he's had a pretty fantastic series overall, because he was definitely someone that was stepping up on Vertigo when I think the rest of his teammates weren't. And now he's been a big part of why they've come back on Nuke 20-12 at the top of the scoreboard. You've brought him in to replace your IGL, and not only is he taking up that mantle, but he's fragging out as well. Honestly, Alan, what more do you want from this youngster?
He's an alpha. What can we say? And it looks like it won't even be a bomb plant here for Monte. It's not passes in behind. That's 5 alive. Huge cash reserves now too for PARIVISION. They will be buying no matter what for the rest of regulation. Check out that opening sequence yet again. As said, Monte trying to just burst out of Squeaky, but Flash is ineffective. Alpha goes to town. That stolen AK. And now Monte's in dire trouble. Look at the investment. Desperation this screams of. Util isn't great either. barely have enough nades. Run something Alpha outer. They're going to do the same again. Straight out of Squeaky Hadji. Cracks the first. Lots of damage onto these players. Alpha finds one. Not quite the same highlight, but maybe he's done enough. Belchonok chimes in. And look at that. A-bomb site holds firm yet again. 3 chances now for PARIVISION to end this series.
Well, what's alarming, Alan, is that they go for the same play again, which, look, like, I don't hate, I don't love, it's kind of just nothing at this stage, but it's the fact that they don't create any space for themselves whatsoever. They are just isolated, stuck, trapped in door and hut. PARIVISION, they don't get those...
man?
Yeah,
where's
like,
the pauses? They're about to
PARIVISION
go out of the
theirs,
tournament.
and they've also had 2 devastating rounds. Like, PARIVISION don't even get these mad modifiers. They still win it out. And Alpha, he's done it on A. He's going to be pushing ramp. It's a lobby crunch. And no one's even looking at him. Alpha, another hat trick. That's it. Monte eliminated. And PARIVISION, they will progress 1 step further towards Pro League. And they will go to your 2nd round in the lower brackets.
That's big. That's big. Monte's one of the biggest hitters in this playoffs. Many people would have said there's a world where they win this tournament, but clearly not anymore. Krasnal, the world on his shoulders, bomb not even in his hands. All he has is a smoke, and he knows this is over. It's been a phenomenal series on the 2nd and the 3rd map from PARIVISION. First map, that was their map pick. Didn't go well at all. Nothing worked. They couldn't dictate the pace. They're getting pushed around. Has not been the case since then. Alpha with 25 kills. Zergs his way into lobby from radio and goes to town. A well-deserved victory. And PARIVISION pull off a big upset to kick off this playoffs.
Yeah, they go flawless in the group stages, but then just really fall apart in those seeding.